My daughter bullied my son's friend to teach him respect, and when my son demanded I punish her, I grounded him instead. Now he's living with my ex and telling everyone I ruined his life. I'm a single mom with 2 teenagers, my daughter Erica, 17, and my son, Judah, 16. Their dad, Kenneth, and I divorced years ago. He's one of those people who always has to be right, and even when we were married, he had a way of twisting everything to make me the bad guy. I've tried to keep things civil for the kids, but it's always been a balancing act between not letting him control me and trying to avoid drama that ends up affecting them. Erica and Judah couldn't be more different. Erica's outgoing, confident, popular, and honestly, a little too proud of it. Judah's quieter, thoughtful, keeps a small circle of friends, and spends most of his free time with his best friend Jacob. Jacob's over a lot. He doesn't have the best home life, and I never minded having him around. I'd rather the boys hang out here than anywhere else. He's polite, cleans up after himself, helps with chores, and even calls me Mrs. C. Erica's never liked it. She used to make little comments about how I mother him more than my own son, which I'd just roll my eyes at and tell her to stop being dramatic. It all started about 2 months ago. Jacob overheard Erica talking to her friends about him, something about how he was clingy and weird for always hanging around our house. He confronted her later, and from what I was told, things got heated. I didn't know about any of it until the next day when Judah came home fuming, saying Erica had humiliated Jacob at school. Apparently, she made up some story that Jacob was obsessed with her and kept trying to flirt, which made him the joke of the week. The poor kid stopped coming over after that. Judah was livid and wanted me to punish Erica hard, like take her phone, ground her for a month, force her to apologize in front of everyone. I'll admit, I didn't handle it perfectly. I was tired, coming off a long shift, and just wanted to stop the yelling. I told Erica what she did was wrong, grounded her for a week, and made her send Jacob a written apology. I didn't see the point of a public one since I figured it would just make everything worse. Judah didn't agree. He said I was letting her off easy and that she needed to feel consequences. The more he talked, the angrier he got. He said Erica's been a bully for years, that I always let her talk down to him, and that this time I had the chance to do something about it and didn't. He accused me of protecting her because she's the golden child. I tried to explain that I was trying to handle it privately because humiliating her in return wouldn't fix anything. That just made him angrier. So he would be grounded instead of his sister because of his attitude. He told me I was cowardly, that I always avoided conflict until it blew up. He packed a bag that night and went to stay with his dad for the weekend. I figured he just needed space and that he'd calm down, but he didn't. A few days later, I got a text from Kenneth saying, "I see Erica's taking after you, manipulative and selfish." That's when I realized Judah had told him everything. I knew exactly how this would go. Kenneth has always seen any mistake I make as proof that I'm unstable or unfit. He's been waiting for an excuse to pull Judah closer to his side. The situation with Erica didn't help either. She acted remorseful for a few days, but then she started saying things like, Jacob should learn to take a joke, or Judah's being dramatic. In the end, I did end up grounding her for a week because of the attitude. But she didn't seem to care. She spent her time sulking and complaining that Judah was turning everyone against her. Judah, meanwhile, started ignoring me completely. He wouldn't answer texts, and when I called, Kenneth answered instead and said Judah didn't want to talk. It's been 3 weeks of this now, and it feels like I'm living with a stranger when he comes to grab things from his room. He doesn't look me in the eye. He barely acknowledges Erica. Then, to top it off, Jacob's mom showed up at my job yesterday. I work in administration at a local school, so her showing up there was beyond embarrassing. She accused Erica of continuing to bully Jacob online. I told her I hadn't seen anything like that, and that Erica's been grounded and off her phone most of the time. She said the school was already investigating because Jacob had come home crying after seeing some things posted about him on social media. She said if it was Erica, she'd make sure there were real consequences. I didn't know what to say. I felt humiliated and angry and scared all at once. I came home that night and asked Erica directly, and she swore up and down she hadn't posted anything. But at this point, I don't even know what to believe. Judah still won't talk to me, and now Kenneth is saying I'm shielding a bully. Part of me understands why he's so mad. Jacob didn't deserve any of this, and I'd feel the same if someone did that to my best friend. But I also feel like Judah's anger has gone beyond the situation. He's saying I ruined his life and that I've proven Erica can do no wrong, and it's honestly breaking me. I'm scared that this is the beginning of him choosing his dad's side completely. I've already lost one relationship to Kenneth's manipulation. I can't lose my son too. I don't even know what to do anymore. Update 1. A few days after my first post, I got a call from the vice principal asking me to come in for a meeting regarding ongoing harassment concerns. My stomach dropped immediately. I already knew what it was about Jacob, my son's best friend. I assumed they just wanted clarification about the rumor situation, maybe some disciplinary follow-up. It turned out to be a lot more serious. When I got there, they told me that Erica wasn't the one directly posting or writing things about Jacob online, but she was part of a group chat where other girls were making fun of him. She didn't defend him, and she liked a few of the nasty messages. The school considered that participation. They decided to give her a week of suspension for involvement in targeted harassment. I felt my heart drop, but at the same time, I wasn't shocked. I had seen a bit of that attitude in Erica lately, this quiet, smug sort of defiance that she hides under tears when she gets caught. When I asked her about it later, she claimed she didn't mean it, that she was just trying to fit in. I wanted to believe her, but the screenshots I saw painted a different picture. I was disappointed and angry, but also scared of what this was doing to our family. Judah found out the same evening. He was furious, not disappointed, furious. He said that this was exactly why he begged me to take things more seriously from the start. He said that my light punishment taught Erica that she could humiliate someone and get away with it. I tried to explain that I wasn't excusing her, that I just didn't want to destroy the small amount of stability we still had at home, but he didn't want to hear it. He packed a bag that night and went to stay with Kenneth. Kenneth texted me 2 hours later, basically taunting me. He said something like, "Judah told me everything. Your daughter's turning into you manipulative." It's the same thing he used to call me when we were married, whenever I tried to defend myself or hold boundaries. I could already tell he was enjoying this, using it as fuel to get Judah on his side. The next week was tense. Erica stayed mostly in her room, crying and claiming that everyone hated her. She said she didn't even want to go back to school. I was trying to balance work meetings, phone calls with the school, and trying to figure out how to fix something that honestly felt broken beyond repair. But deep down, I was angry with her too. Angry that she did this, angry that she lied about how serious it was, and angry that now Judah was gone. Every time I tried to talk to him, he'd either ignore my messages or give short replies. Eventually, he told me that he didn't want to come home and that he couldn't be around people who protect bullies. That line stuck with me because it wasn't just disappointment, it was disgust. It made me realize that somewhere along the way, I'd lost his trust completely. A week later, I got a call from the school again. Jacob's mother had filed a formal complaint with the board. She was demanding that Erica be removed from all extracurriculars and that appropriate accountability be taken. She didn't want a meeting, she wanted consequences. But they called a meeting anyway, asking all parties to attend. When I showed up, I saw something I'll never forget. Jacob and his mother were sitting on one side of the room, along with a counselor and a teacher. On the other side sat Kenneth and Judah, next to him. My son didn't even look at me when I walked in. He just sat there, silent, like I was the problem. Erica looked terrified at first, but when she saw them sitting together, her face twisted into something else, anger, maybe shame, I'm not even sure. The meeting was awful. The school staff tried to stay neutral, but it was obvious how uncomfortable everyone was. Jacob's mother said Erica's behavior caused emotional damage to her son and that he no longer felt safe at school. Kenneth backed her up, saying that I'd refused to take the bullying seriously and that I always protected Erica because she reminds me of myself. It felt like someone had ripped the floor out from under me. I couldn't believe he was saying those things in front of our children, in front of strangers. Judah didn't defend me. He didn't say a word, just sat there next to his father, staring down at his hands. Erica ended up crying and running out of the meeting halfway through. Kenneth smirked at me before he left, like this was some kind of victory. I just sat there trying not to break down in front of the staff. When I finally got home, Erica was curled up on her bed crying that she hated everyone and that no one believed her. I tried to comfort her, but I didn't even know what to say anymore. Update 2. After everything that's happened with the school, Judah, and the constant tension in my house, I finally hit a breaking point. I had been holding back for weeks, trying to keep things calm and avoid another explosion. But when I saw messages on Erica's phone ones, where she and her friends were still joking about Jacob, I couldn't stomach it anymore. I took her phone right then and there and told her she was grounded indefinitely. I said she wouldn't get it back until I saw some real effort to change. I also told her she'd be starting therapy because clearly something deeper was going on. I was angry, but it wasn't just about punishment. I wanted her to actually understand what she'd done and why it mattered. She didn't take it well. She said I was just doing it to make Judah like me again, and that I never cared how hard school had been for her since this all started. She locked herself in her room for hours. I thought maybe she'd calm down, but instead she shut down completely. She wouldn't come out to eat or even look at me. I texted Judah to tell him I'd taken action. I thought maybe if he knew Erica was finally being held accountable, it would ease some of his anger. His reply was short, basically saying it was too late, that Erica was a monster and I'd enabled her for years. It stung more than I want to admit. Then he mentioned Jacob had transferred schools because of anxiety, and that hit me hard. I didn't even know that had happened. The next few days were tense. Erica barely spoke to me. When she did, it was either cold or defensive. She cried a lot and said Judah would never forgive her. I didn't know what to say to that. Part of me wanted to comfort her, but another part of me felt disgusted at how she still couldn't take full responsibility. Then Kenneth called. He's my ex, and ever since this mess started, he's been inserting himself at every opportunity. He told me Judah doesn't want to talk to me anymore until I take accountability. I told him I was doing everything I could to fix the situation and that he needed to stop feeding Judah's anger. He started getting loud, accusing me of turning everyone against Erica just to make myself look good. I snapped back and said a few things I probably shouldn't have. A few hours later, I found out he'd recorded that call and sent it to Judah, but of course he edited it, so it sounded like I was completely unhinged. Judah texted me after that, saying he was done being manipulated. I don't even know what that means anymore. It feels like everything I do just makes things worse. I'm not a perfect mom, but I don't think I'm a bad one either. Erica sat down one night and admitted the truth that made me feel physically sick. She said the whole thing with Jacob didn't start from nowhere. She'd told Jacob that Judah made fun of him behind his back, just to see if Jacob would still stick around. She wanted to teach him loyalty. That's what she called it. It hit me like a ton of bricks. This entire situation, all the fighting, the school suspension, Judah moving out, Jacob's breakdown, it all started because Erica didn't like that Judah was spending more time with someone else. She was jealous of her own brother's friendship. After that, I didn't even know how to look at her. I kept thinking back to all the times I brushed off her little comments about Judah being too soft or too nice. I told myself it was normal sibling teasing. Now I see it wasn't just teasing, it was resentment building up over time, and I ignored it. Yesterday, I went to Kenneth's house to try and talk to Judah in person. I didn't tell him I was coming, but I just needed to see him. When I got there, I saw Erica's shoes by the door. Kenneth had let her in without even telling me. She'd packed a bag and gone there earlier in the day. Both of my kids were inside and neither of them wanted to see me. Kenneth came out looking smug, said something about how the kids needed a break from my drama, and shut the door. I stood there for a few minutes, listening to them talking inside. It was the most hollow feeling in the world. I just don't know where to go from here. Update 3. I found out recently that my ex has been telling people that I tried to cover up a bullying case to protect my daughter, and I don't even know how to put into words how tired I am. It's like every time I think this situation can't get worse, it somehow does. I've been holding myself together for weeks, trying to just keep my head down and not add fuel to the fire. But it's like Kenneth is determined to make sure I have no one left on my side. It started when a mutual friend called to ask if everything was okay. She said people at the school and even around town were talking about how I protected Erica because she was my favorite and didn't want to ruin her future. I was confused at first, but then it all made sense. Kenneth had clearly been spreading this version of the story, the one where I'm the villain mother who let a bully get away with it to protect her pride. That was the moment I snapped. I felt cornered and humiliated, not just as a parent, but as a person. I had done everything I could think of to fix this mess, and all it did was make things worse. So, I did something I probably shouldn't have. I sent Judah screenshots of the messages Erica had written and parts of her therapy notes where she admitted to lying to Jacob about him and Judah. I didn't send them to embarrass her. I honestly thought Judah needed to see that I wasn't lying, that I wasn't just trying to defend Erica. I thought if he saw it with his own eyes, maybe he'd finally understand that I wasn't covering anything up. He didn't take it that way. He sent me one message before blocking me again, saying I betrayed Erica's privacy just to make myself look good. That hurt more than I expected. I've been trying to tell myself he's still a kid, that he's angry and confused and being fed lies by his father, but it still felt like being punched in the chest. I decided to start therapy on my own after that. Not because I thought it would fix anything, but because I needed someone neutral to talk to who wouldn't twist my words. I told my therapist that I wasn't even sure if I was going for healing or revenge anymore. It's hard to tell the difference when you've spent so long being accused of things you didn't do. Things got worse with Erica too. Her therapist called and told me Erica had stopped coming to sessions and was telling her that I ruined her life by destroying her relationship with her brother. Apparently, she blames me for everything, for the bullying fallout, for Judah hating her, for people whispering at school. She shut down completely. I try to talk to her and it's like talking to a wall. She stays in her room, barely eats, and acts like I'm the enemy. Then I got called into HR at work. I work in school administration, and apparently, Jacob's mother filed an anonymous complaint saying my bias toward bullies could affect my job. They didn't say her name outright, but I knew it was her. I was put on leave while they reviewed it, which felt like a public scarlet letter. The irony is that I never once defended what Erica did, I just didn't destroy her life over it, and somehow, that makes me the monster. The final straw came one night when I couldn't sleep. I sat down at my laptop and started typing out everything, not an emotional rant, just the facts. I wrote out a detailed email to the school board and my colleagues explaining everything from the bullying situation to how my ex has been manipulating the narrative. I even included examples of how I handled it as a parent, including Erica's therapy and grounding. I thought if I laid everything out clearly, at least people would stop believing Kenneth's gossip. It was a bad idea. The email circulated. I don't even know how it got out beyond the people I sent it to, but within days, parents started whispering about it at pickup. Teachers stopped chatting with me like they used to, and Kenneth called me, threatening legal action for defamation. Erica found out and said I'd humiliated her publicly. Judah sent one last message before blocking me again saying, "You've ruined everything." I don't even know if I disagree with him anymore. I was trying to protect myself, but it feels like every time I defend myself, I make things worse. Final update. The past few weeks have been brutal. After everything that happened, I honestly didn't know if I'd ever feel like a parent again, or if I'd even be allowed to see my children without someone trying to turn it into a war. But the last few days have brought a strange kind of closure, even if it's nothing like I imagined. Jacob's situation finally came to a head. After the school and the therapy issues, it turns out he had a serious moment of despair because of all the bullying and rumors he attempted self-harm. He's okay now, thankfully, but it shook me to my core. His mother came to me in person, calmer than I've seen her, and said they were seeking therapy together and weren't looking to drag anyone through the mud. She said she understood teens make mistakes, but what mattered now was that her son got help. I think that was the first time since this all started that I felt a little relief, even if guilt still weighs heavily. Meanwhile, Kenneth hasn't stopped. He's furious that I've shared anything publicly, even the emails and explanations I sent to the school and colleagues. He tried to frame it as me manipulating people with trauma, and at first, I panicked because I could feel my reputation unraveling. But after a review, the school cleared me of any wrongdoing. Still, people whisper. Colleagues keep their distance. Parents look at me differently. I've accepted that some of my professional life is permanently affected, and honestly, it hurts. Erica came home after a week at Kenneth's. He apparently lost patience with her attitude and manipulation and told her she had to return. She's not herself. She's distant, quiet, almost like the weight of everything has physically shrunk her. She avoids eye contact, barely speaks, and sleeps a lot. Part of me feels awful because I know she's struggling with her own emotions, but another part knows this is the natural consequence of years of excusing her cruelty. I don't know if she fully understands what she's done, but I'm not going to lie and pretend it's okay anymore. Judah is staying with Kenneth. He won't respond to messages beyond the occasional short text acknowledging birthdays or holidays. He doesn't want to visit, doesn't want to talk, and I can't force him. I've stopped chasing him. I tried, I really did, but every attempt just pushes him further away. I realized I can't fix what's broken in him, and for now, I can only hope he sees the truth on his own someday. Erica wrote a private apology letter to Jacob's mother. I didn't read it, I didn't share it, and I won't. That part is hers. I told her she needed to own it herself if she wanted to heal, and in the end, that's what she did. It's not perfect. It doesn't erase the pain, but it's something. I've spent a lot of time reflecting on my parenting through all of this. I've made mistakes. I minimized Erica's behavior. I avoided confrontation. I tried too hard to keep the peace. I thought being calm and reasonable would be enough. It wasn't. My love without boundaries allowed cruelty to grow unchecked. My desire to protect my children from each other created a warped sense of justice where the victim felt punished and the aggressor protected. I can see it clearly now. Even with that realization, I'm not looking for forgiveness. There's nothing to forgive. I did the best I could with what I knew, and sometimes that's just not enough. I send Judah gifts on birthdays and holidays, small gestures to let him know I haven't given up completely. That's all I can do for now. I stopped trying to convince him of my side, or to make him understand my reasoning. I'm learning that sometimes being a parent means being hated temporarily because you made a decision that was right, even if it was too late. Erica is slowly getting herself back together too. Therapy is starting again, and she's tentative but willing. She's not the same girl who thought she could manipulate her brother and everyone around her without consequence. Whether she fully learns from this remains to be seen, but for now, at least she's facing herself.